Our next speaker is Harsh Rajat from EPNS project. He's going to be talking about game theory in DeFi. And oh, there he is. Hello, Harsh, my friend. How are you?
Hey, awesome, Mariano. I'm doing good. How are you? I'm really excited to be here. Excited and stressed. I don't know why, but yeah.
No, don't be stressed, please. You're among friends, and please take it away.
Thanks, awesome, Mariano. And all right, so I think maybe we can start with some good vibe video of exactly what we are. That's a 30-second video, and Jonathan, if you're able to play it. Awesome. All right, so hey guys, hope you like the video. We are Ethereum push notifications. But yeah, I'm not here to shill our project. I'm here to talk about game theory and DeFi. Of course, shilling will probably come a bit later. But yeah, without any ado, let's get started. So yeah, just to give you some brief idea why game theory and why game theory in DeFi in particular. Well, because these are the two aspects which we relied on heavily when we were building Ethereum push notification service, which in essence is a decentralized middleware communication protocol that will allow smart contracts or dApps or even traditional services to send notifications to your wallet addresses. But yeah, as I said, let's get started and let's dive into game theory and DeFi. So yeah, what's game theory? I'm going to keep it very, very simple. You might have heard of different mathematical interpretation of game theory. But yeah, in essence, game theory is really easy and it's almost everywhere. Simply put, it's interaction which you design for your project or your ecosystem between all the players that ensures that you have at least one win-win for everyone involved in the ecosystem, and not just for a traditional person, but everyone involved. Yeah. So what goes into designing game theory? Well, again, very simple. There are three things which you have to keep in mind. Or three rules. Rule number one is you have to incentivize good behavior. Rule two is you have to penalize bad actors. And rule three is that, again, there needs to be at least one win-win scenario. I rely very heavily on examples and historic observations. So I'm going to go into a few examples. Let's just take an example of an organization and the relationship an employee has with their employer. So for an organization, they will win if the employee performs well. So how do they incentivize it? Well, they incentivize it by making sure that if you, as an employee, you perform well, you are promoted, or your salary is increased. Again, when you are talking about the penalization of the same organization, so yeah, if you do a crappy job, the employer might demote you, might cut your raise, or might fire you. And yeah, even in this scenario, there's a one win-win scenario wherein from the view of the organization, what they want is they want to utilize you to achieve their vision. So that's a win for them. A win for you is that if you are able to help this organization achieve their vision, then of course they will make sure that they are rewarding you handsomely and even promoting you. So yeah, if the game theory is designed well in terms of a company, then you can see that organization and employee, they will both come out to be very happy, and the game theory will just work. Even in this example, while money is a very good motivator and works very well for incentives, we can see that it's not the only way to incentivize. Yeah, the employee can also be incentivized by making sure that you are promoting them, right? So and that's something to keep in mind. Another good example is Twitter. So this is a digital platform. Twitter requires users to provide them with good content, which will make sure that the Twitter will grow. For users, the users just want their voice to be heard by many, many people. So yeah, if you look at the game theory over there, so again, incentivizing good behavior. You as a user, if you're tweeting well, if you're tweeting good content, Twitter algo will make sure that it's shown across to more and more people. Penalizing bad actors, again, if you're doing crappy tweets, or if you're abusing Twitter platform, then Twitter might ban you, or it might not show your tweet out to a lot more users, or it might totally kick you out of the system. So there's a penalizing part as well. And then the win-win scenario. So of course, Twitter wins in case the user provides them with good content, and you as a user win in case you follow all the rules of Twitter. So again, a game theory that really, really works well. So yeah, again, lots of example. So this time around, let's look at a real world example. This is World War I, and there are two sides in World War One. There was this side called there was Germany and Britain, and they were both fighting from the opposite side during World War One. But then came the Christmas Eve, and some sort of miracle happened. Both of these sides, despite having orders from above, they laid down their weapons, they exchanged gift, and kind of had a very merry night. If you look closely at it, there's game theory over here as well. The incentivization part, of course, both the sides understood that if all of them play by the rules, then they can have a night without fear. The penalization part, not following the rules, meant having a sleepless night in cold bunkers. And yeah, there was a win-win scenario. So again, the game theory worked, and this is actually a real event in history. So yeah, while this is ETHDenver and we are a Ethereum push notification service, we thought about a lot for this slide, and we decided to go with Bitcoin because that was the genesis of blockchain. But if you really think about it, the game theory is also embedded in blockchain and Bitcoin. So Bitcoin and Satoshi Nakamoto, what do they want, or what did they want? They wanted more and more users to run their software so that Bitcoin can become an immutable ledger. That was the thing they wanted. But in turn, they didn't have anything to give to the users. And that's why they came up with the concept that if you run the software, then every once in a while you might be rewarded with Bitcoin. So again, there's an incentivization that's occurring. There are two penalties which occur in blockchain. I mean, if you're a bad player, then you get kicked out of the blockchain. You lose all your rewards because the blockchain will simply reorganize. And then there's one very tricky penalty as well, which is, or there's this tricky way by which the blockchain system or the software was designed. And that was that, in the start, you didn't need a lot of computing power to, just to start using Bitcoin or just start. But with the software was it's so nicely done that as more and more people joined, the value of Bitcoin will probably go higher and higher. And with that, it was essential that the software becomes harder and harder to crack, and that's what mining difficulty does. So again, this is a game theory that has really worked well. We are all here, but yeah, following the 3 rules. That's all you need to make sure that your game theory of whatever project you're doing, it will work really well. Awesome. So let's talk about decentralized finance, DeFi, or what it does. I mean, it feels odd that Mariano is here and I'm talking about DeFi, but yeah, I'll give it a try. So yeah, DeFi is essentially anything or any finance instrument that's built on blockchain, whether that's a smart contract, whether they are digital assets, or any sort of functioning which you can do in traditional finance sector. If you do it on blockchain, that's mostly DeFi. So loans, borrowing, lending, everything forms DeFi. So exactly what is DeFi? And over here, again, I deep dive into history. So a lot of people say that, DeFi is the fiat killer, or blockchain is the fiat killer. And I don't really see it like that. I kind of see DeFi as the next innovation of money. And the reason I say it is because even right now, the paper money we have, the current iteration of paper money is not the iteration which we started from. And even that paper money only existed for a few hundreds of years. Before that, it was gold coin. But maybe gold coin was very clunky to carry. And because of that, people shifted to paper money because it was easier to carry. It opened up new use cases. But again, those things, they kept on changing and changing. And even before DeFi, and even in between the paper money and DeFi, they came another innovation, and that was plastic money, specifically credit cards. And again, it opened up a whole new avenue, which was not possible through paper money. So if you think about it, if you have paper money and you go to a service provider, you usually hand them the exact amount which the service provider needs to provide a service, and only then the service is given to you. But with the innovation of plastic money or credit card, you then need that exact sort of money to carry and to get to service providers. You can just swipe your card and the bank will probably pay that out for you, and you have to later pay the bank. And it opened up new avenues and new innovations. For a second, just try to imagine if Netflix had an office in every city and we all had to line up and make sure that everything gets renewed monthly by handling the paper money. The concept wouldn't have worked. But yeah, with the credit card, you could have transacted on the internet, and all of a sudden, that opened up whole new avenues. And that's why I say that DeFi is the next innovation over the form of money, because the things that plastic money can do, paper money was not able to do. And same thing with DeFi, the things that DeFi can do, of course, paper money and credit card cannot do. One of the examples is flash loans, which really is zero collateral loans. And I really don't have an example for this in the real world scenario. But yeah, to explain a bit, flash loans, they're like atomic transactions, or there's something like that you can lend any amount of money from a lender. You can do whatever you want to do with that money. You can arbitrage it out or do whatever you want. Then you have to return that money back to the lender along with some interest. And because of the nature of the blockchain, and because this is going to be an atomic function, either all of the steps will execute and the transaction will be successful, and therefore it will be included in the blockchain. And the loan will be taken and returned all in one go. Or the transaction will fail, and because of the nature of the blockchain, it will be like that the lender never lent you any money to begin with. So again, that's an innovation which DeFi makes possible. So yeah, if you think about DeFi, imagine a set of APIs or Legos, and these Legos are something now which you can play with, which you can plug into your project and essentially do anything. Right in the beginning, I said that game theory, the biggest motivator in game theory, or the biggest incentive is money. And all of a sudden, you actually have DeFi, and now you can combine those two concepts, and you can come out with powerful and really, really flexible and strong protocol, which is what is happening around the world. And yeah, that makes me come to my project. Yeah, not to explain to you guys about what the project does, but how we implement the game theory and the DeFi part. So as I said, in communication and Web3, they are still in Stone Age. Any dApp, any smart contract, the user has to come to them, and they have to check everything again and again. And when you contrast experience with the traditional Web2 services, you can see a very massive difference. If you think about it, all your virtual life, all the things which you do online, traditionally, everything is guided by notifications. Even the emails you receive, the payments you do, any games you play, your social interaction, even your WhatsApp calls and videos, everything is triggered by a service coming to you in terms of notification and saying, hey, this is something which might be important for you guys, and would you like to respond to it? And when you come to Web3, this is lacking. And we wanted to fix that. So yeah, we went ahead and created a decentralized communication protocol. And what it does is it allows apps, contract, or traditional services to send notification to wallet addresses. We also did two innovations down the way. First, we made them platform agnostic, because this is a Web3 protocol. The entry point of Web3 platform is never decided. It can be a Metamask, it can be Trust, it can be your iOS, Android app, it can be dApp. And we made sure that, whatever the entry point for the user is, they will be able to receive notification over there. The second thing we did was we made it incentivized, which is where the game theory and the DeFi aspect came in. So yeah, what we did exactly, basically what we did was we created a protocol, and we added a rule in this protocol that whatever service wants to send notification out, they have to stake amount of DAI into the protocol. And once they do that, we basically lend it out to a DeFi protocol called Aave, which means that now we are generating interest. And this interest, which is coming back to the protocol, whenever user comes in and opts in to receive notification by this particular service, we essentially make sure that we distribute this interest out. Therefore, ensuring that notifications are incentivized, user have a passive earning, as well as them getting notifications. So yeah, that's not all. We had 4 players in the ecosystem. As I said, end goal is MetaMask or Trust Wallet or Raptors. So we made sure that the protocol also rewards them. We do that by ensuring that whatever fee pool or whatever reward pool is formed in the protocol, a part of it through governance token of ours, and once the resolution passes, it can go to all these crypto wallets. And of course, this only covers 3 players of the ecosystem, which are services, users, and wallets or nodes that are forming the EPNS protocol. We wanted to make sure that the governance holders are also rewarded for their efforts, and therefore this fee pool or this reward pool, a part of the portion also flows to all the governance holders. So yeah, in essence, that's game theory in DeFi. I would like to thank everyone in Gitcoin who helped me make this presentation. I think I have been doing this presentation for a long while now, but yeah, still gets stressful when ETHDenver calls you. So yeah, sorry if I have misspoken about anything. But yeah, I would heavily encourage anyone and everyone to play and learn game theory on your own. And yeah, thank you so much. If you like us, just follow us on EPNS project. And thanks for the time. Stay awesome, guys.
Hey, Rajat, thank you so much for that presentation. That was really good. So
Thank
to learn
you.
more about EPNS, epns.io, and I don't know, to follow you on Twitter, for example.
Sure. So it's Harsh Rajat, HARSHRAJAT. But yeah, to follow our project, just go to EPNS project, either on Twitter or on Telegram. We are very chatty on Telegram. So in case you don't like that sense of humor, Twitter might be the best call.
Excellent. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for that presentation and have a great day.
Thanks, Mariano, and have a great day as well.